So the whole idea, well, the whole idea is this, is what this constitutes is emotional maturity. Emotional maturity. The layman's term is character. And after 10 years, when all the data came back, I was like, emotional maturity. 10 years, I spend my time finding it's emotional maturity. Who wants to hear about that? You got to be friggin' kidding me. I just want to help people win. I want to help people make more money. I want to help them improve their lives. I want to help them, achieve their dreams. And I got to come out with emotional maturity? You've got to be kidding me. So, part of my job today is to show you that emotional maturity and character can be cool. Character is cool.
Business, like sports, is competitive. But what does it mean to be competitive? What are the elements of a winner? What's the key to high performance? Do you want to learn the secret to staying on track to achieve your goals after making errors and encountering obstacles? Are you looking for high performance, sound judgment, greater productivity, and increased sales for your organization? Is it your dream to achieve greatness while building character and maintaining integrity? Anyone can do these things on occasion, but the real winners do them every day.
The average person, the average performer will always stay average in performance in relation to the top performer. That's their comfort zone. You don't push the mean. You take the, by trying to, and this is the biggest mistake in corporate America, is trying to take the low performers and give them some tools so they become mediocre. That's like when I was a football coach, it was like, let's get the third team to be really good. Let's have the best scout team in America. That doesn't do you any good. Really, what it comes down to is you take your best performers and make them even better, and they will pull the mean. They lead the mean because that average performer starts to recognize that the leader is pulling away, and that middle guy says, oh boy, I got to get going. And there's a cultural effect because that's where 70% of the people lie. 7 out of 10 people. That's the bulk. That's where they get it. There's an indiscernible pressure there that they say, man, I gotta measure up. And every one of those case studies exemplified that.
Dr. Long has practiced and studied competition his entire professional life and has found that the key to achievement is the ability to adapt and change. Dr. Long has developed tools you can apply, skills you can build, and habits you can develop to not only create performance breakthroughs, but also execute with consistency and attain high performance with greater efficiency.
Performance is a behavior. And the fact is, behaviors can be changed, modified, and enhanced. I change behaviors to improve performance.
Dr. Stephen Long, recognized as a thought leader throughout North America in organizational effectiveness and performance behavior, developed a measurable concept where he's proven that high performance is dependent more on how people think than talent alone. Dr. Long has been identified as one of the top 10 performance enhancement specialists in North America. Dr. Long has helped dozens of teams and athletes achieve their goals, and his business clients have improved their productivity by over 125% through his unique approach to leadership, performance enhancement, and cultural transformation.
Learning is more than just acquiring knowledge. Anyone can transfer information to others, but it takes a primary source to effect real change. Real learning occurs when behaviors change. I provide practical workshops to change performance behavior through a unique educational experience for your employees and members. This is what makes Level 6 performance different. I get one consistent, important message from the people I work with. They're tired. They're tired of programs that are subjectively defined. They're tired of programs that are filled with motivational platitudes that leave no real learning effect. They're tired of the psychobabble that leaves them confused without an identifiable process for change.
Number one, talent has a threshold. You need talent. You need talent in business, you need talent in athletics. But there's a threshold. And after that threshold, it becomes discernible. So talent has a threshold. Is yes, you gotta get talented people. But what I learned, it's less important to identify potential, and it's more important to develop a means to develop that potential. It's on the teaching side, not the diagnostic side, that's important. As a leader, if you are unable to lead and manage yourself, you'll be unable to lead and manage others. Is that human capital is absolutely key. It's important. It is the most important thing in our society, because without it, nothing else happens. And Bill Gates once said that if you take out the top 20 people out of Microsoft, Microsoft becomes an insignificant, mediocre company. This is a techie. That's how important human capital is. Think of this person in your own mind. Somebody who you've competed with or competed against, been in class with, but they didn't have that raw talent that some of the other people had, but man, they really knew how to compete. I mean, they would just never beat themselves. And then think of that other person who was, really had it all laid out for him or her. It was right there, but for whatever reason, they just never really grasped it. You got that person in your mind? That's what I was trying to get to. Through my research, I've been able to identify 6 stages of competitive intelligence. This is very low competitive intelligence. This is very high. And when a group moves from the low part to the high part, well, that's when you get, some pretty outstanding results. So this is really cool. Now, obviously, level 6 is good, level 1 is bad. And one of the key questions I ask every one of my clients, I ask them, are your decisions dictating your emotions? And that's okay. It's okay to get pissed off. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to get excited. It's okay to show emotion. It's fantastic, as long as you make that decision to do it. Because the other side of the question is if your emotions are dictating your decisions, you got problems. You got problems, and that's why 84% of the people fail to maximize their potential, because their emotions are dictating their decisions. Here's this. The people down here, they can be absolutely brilliant, all kinds of potential, and they'll show it in spurts. And as a leader, you're going, I need that. I need that today. I need it tomorrow. I need it every day. Because human capital is absolutely the key to performance. I need it every day, because if you can get them to be more consistent, you get that star, the one with all that potential to be more consistent, man, you got something. So they show it once in a while. It just kind of pops up. They show it every once in a while, but they're just inconsistent. These people show it all the time. And that's the reason why people who have less potential can actually beat these people who have more potential, because they just are more consistent. They take advantage of their mistakes, and that's how they get ahead. It's that simple.
Learning occurs best when people are engaged. Dr. Long is a skilled facilitator who involves audiences physically, emotionally, and intellectually. Dr. Long engages audiences through individual and group activities, demonstrations, case studies, and multimedia illustrations. He gets people to think about problems in a way that brings about solutions in a fun, exciting manner. Dr. Long gets people not only to laugh at human nature, but also to reflect on what's really important during these times of instability and uncertainty.
Go to a college or a high school graduation in May or June. Who do you think is the happiest person to be getting their diploma that day? Do you think it's the valedictorian, or do you think it's the person who just made it through? So I get an email from him. He says, hey, Doc, just finished reading your book. Great job. I'm over here in Afghanistan fighting the Taliban. And your book just reinforces to me what I learned. Is, put the burden of proof on them. Got to go get the bad guys. Be well. I sit back from my desk. I said, that one was important. Besides all the All-Americans and conference championship teams and all that, that one was important, because he was in a life or death situation, and he had the responsibility of the lives of many men, because he was a Marine officer. And I remember that as being that one, to me, is the most important work I've ever done. Because number one, water rises to its own level. Level 4 leaders will never lead a level 6 organization. Those people come down to level 4. The organization cannot rise above the character of the leader. And the character content is important. It's just, morality is just a small part of character. It's just a small part. Right? You know, not doing the wrong thing won't get you anywhere. It'll just get you to mediocrity. But character is best displayed by people who pursue and develop their inherent talents to the fullest degree possible. It is our moral obligation to develop our inherent strengths to the fullest degree possible. That's character. Right? But the thing is, these level 6 people, they always do the right thing. You want to know why they always do the right thing? Because they have no choice. They develop such a conditioning, is that when it comes to whether I should do this right thing or this wrong thing, they don't have to think about it. They trust themselves and they always go with the right thing because they've been conditioned. Right? And the educational component is absolutely critical. Is that education in Latin? Does anybody know what it means? It means to lead forth. It doesn't mean to, pile on more and more and more information for you to remember. It means to draw out the genius that resides in every single person. That's what education is. But they don't look at it as, oh, psychology, there must be something wrong with you. They look at it as an educational way, is that, hey, you don't have to be sick to get better. And so what it comes down to is level 6 leadership is a belief system, but it's not some crazy whacked out religious, cult type of thing. But it is a belief system, and what it's about, it's a belief system about seeing the reality. Okay? Some people may think this is half full, some people may think it's half empty. Level 6 people don't see it that way. If it's a 4-ounce glass, the reality is that there's 2 ounces of liquid in there, and that's what they're going to work with. They don't get all pulled in a direction whether it's half filled or half empty. That's an emotional state. They just see the reality of the situation. And so it really comes down to this belief system. And the fact is, you get to choose your belief system. So if you get to choose your belief system, you get to choose your character. And if you get to choose you be more, at this point, right now, be less concerned about what career path you want to take or even what job you aspire to, and be more concerned about what kind of person you want to be. How can I become the person that I'm supposed to be? Because you become what you think you are. The fact is, your character is your destiny. That's where you're going to end up. But in the end, it all comes down to happiness. Because it doesn't do anybody any good if you're producing all these great results, but you're an unhappy person. Because sooner or later, sooner rather than later, you're going to burn out. And there's 2 major contributors to happiness. One, being good at what you do. That's the performance aspect. The second is having really strong, healthy, productive relationships. That's the leadership aspect. And 3 things I want to make you aware of regarding these relationships is understand or be aware of the relationship between you and your work. Choose a field that you truly enjoy, that you're truly interested in. Not just because it has a whole lot of money. But if there's money there, good. But choose a field that you're truly interested in. Second, the relationship between yourself and others. Surround yourself with people you like and respect. And the third is the relationship between you and something larger than yourself. Something that infuses you with passion, something that gives meaning to your life. Something like the impossible. The 4 people who were in that exercise. When I said point 3, you got tight at first, but then you got kind of excited. And then once you came up with the idea, that was exhilarating. Our human nature says that's what we always strive to find in our lives. We want that. It's just that many people are conditioned to go, oh, I don't want the problems. We want that challenge, naturally and inherently.
If you're interested in performance improvement, why wouldn't you want to have your people be exposed to a measurable process of performance change? Why wouldn't you want an educational program that's repeatable? Business, like sports, is competitive. If you require improved productivity, your people require the tools to make it happen. We can help.
Dr. Long's client list includes Fortune 500 companies, international money management firms, as well as small businesses and nonprofit foundations. Dr. Long's clients make better decisions, which result in efficient and effective use of their most valuable resource, time. The bottom line, clients make more money and experience greater success by gaining a sustainable competitive advantage that otherwise would take years to develop.